Good morning, Elysian family. Food for thought. Did you know that knowledge is power, but the only other thing that's more powerful than knowledge is politics? So, on to our video of the day. Today, I have a very interesting video, kama kawaida, and it's based on a survey. It's a survey of 4 questions. 3 are closed-ended, yes or no questions, and 1 is open-ended, and the questions are about sex and contraceptives. So the 4 questions were, question number 1 was, and the survey I did it across 10 people, 10 guys, and 1 girl. That makes it 11 people. So question number 1 was, would you say yes to unprotected sex with a new partner? That was a closed-ended question, and the choices were either yes or no. From my survey, 9 people said no, and 2 people said yes. Very interesting. So the second question was, what factors would you consider as a guide to the choice above? So because the question is, would you have unprotected sex with a new partner? And I said 9 people said no, because the reason was simple: time, work, trust, newness. But the 2 people who said yes had the most weird answers, and I'm thinking I share them with you because I like the way men think. They just have their own special way of looking at things, and it just makes you even wonder, like, do we come from the same place? Like, I now understand. So some of the answers that they said they wouldn't mind having unprotected with a new partner, the grounds were beauty and general attractiveness of the partner. Dude, I now believe that the devil is a woman, clearly. Is this what is going to make you have unprotected sex? You could contract STDs and you could die. The other thing was dry spell rating at the moment of consideration. I'm rolling my eyes like, what? This seems like 2 people who don't mind death. These people are like, I think they've signed their wills and they're ready for anything. The other answer was previous hoeing escapades of the partner. You do realize that women are very secretive, and when it comes to a woman, you know what she wants you to know about her, and if there's someone who can keep a dirty little secret, it's a woman. So that one, subject to debate in my mind. The other one was, if I mind or don't mind having babies with a said partner. That one makes a little bit of sense, but I don't think the decision of having babies should only be based on you as a man. It should also come from the woman. The woman should also be like, if she wants to have kids or she does not want to have kids. And in this case, the first question was about a new partner. So why are you entering a relationship with babies on day 1? And the other answer was previous sexual fantasies about the partner. So based on the answers, I'm just thinking like, these are my very good friends and they were just pulling my leg. A normal human being will not engage in unprotected sex with a new partner. My opinion, subject to debate, even with you, my family Elysian. So the third question was, would you have unprotected sex with someone who's on birth control? So this question, I told you, I had 11 participants. 9 said yes and 2 said no. Those who said yes were because, clearly, what's the purpose of birth control? If my sexual partner is using birth control, then there's no need for me to worry about having unprotected sex with them. And the 2 who said no were because they're simply paranoid, and they were like, I ain't risking it for nothing. Until I'm ready to have a child, there is nothing in this world which is going to prevent me from using a condom, regardless of the person having birth control. So, and the last question on my survey was, in connection to the question above, do you think long-term birth controls are effective? That was a yes or no question. And from the 11 participants, 10 said yes and 1 said no. The one who said no, he said no because he said there's a 99.9%. The others also said there's a 99.9%. But them, they'll go for the 99.9%, not the 0.1%. He also argued the fact that it is a known fact that birth controls fail from the 2nd year of usage, only that it's not documented. That I don't know, but it's subject to debate, and I think you people should tell me, is it true that birth controls actually fail from the 2nd year of use? It's just that it's not documented. Then I also did a little research on the contraceptives. I was mainly focused on long-term contraceptives, that is the IUDs and the implants. The IUDs, they come in two types, the hormonal and non-hormonal. And most people, this is what you call the coil. Most people go for the copper one because they say it's less invasive because it's not hormonal. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to affect the woman's hormones with all these things, because the hormonal IUD and the implants have progestin and estrogen. Mainly they have progestin, and progestin is what usually increases like the progesterone level in the human body, and it hinders most of the time ovulation, or makes the periods much lighter. And when it hinders ovulation, it actually makes sure there's no egg to be fertilized. And if there's no egg to be fertilized, regardless of the sperm making its way to, there's nothing to fertilize. But at the same time, there's always the margin of error, 0.1%. Scientifically, they say that out of every 1,000 women who use long-term birth controls like the implants and the IUDs, out of every 1,000, one woman will get pregnant. But I am also thinking, okay, contraceptives is a device or a tool that's used to prevent pregnancy. But I'm looking at the bigger picture. Here I was talking about unprotected sex, and I was linking it to birth control. But do you know that unprotected sex, pregnancy is not the worst that can happen to a man and woman? Because we need to take this responsibly. Pregnancy is not about the woman only. It's about also the man. And if the sperm doesn't make its way into my system, then there's no baby. And if my egg is not released, then there's also no possibility of fertilization. And if there's no fertilization, there's no baby. But is pregnancy the worst thing that can actually happen? No. We have STDs and infections, and these are things that we should be more concerned about. And when I was reading about contraceptives, I learned one consistent factor. They always say the contraceptives, you should use them alongside a condom. And they also say that a condom can be classified as a contraceptive because it actually also does the part of preventing pregnancy. But a condom works two ways because it also prevents STDs, and that's the main fact. You do not want to contract STDs because STDs are way worse than pregnancy. So as I was saying, pregnancy is not the worst thing that can actually happen to a couple. STDs are way worse, and we need to find a way to prevent all this. So the scientists who invented contraceptives said a contraceptive plus a condom is the best way to go until you're ready for pregnancy, you're ready to have children. And I think we should both agree on that. The guys were arguing like, protected sex, especially with a girl who's using IUDs, it tends to be uncomfortable for the girl and it ruins the whole sexual experience for the couple. And my argument is that it could be a bit uncomfortable. All these are uncomfortable for a woman, even the pills, because they alter your system, but it's for a while. So I'm thinking, if you find that it's the sexual experience is uncomfortable, give it a little more time, and in time everything will actually be okay, instead of having the issue of worrying about getting STDs or worrying about unwanted pregnancies. When you have a baby, I think you should always be in a situation where you want a baby, and if you're having sex with someone, you should always be with someone who you love and you're sure is not going to bring about STDs and infections into your life. At the end of the day, they argue the best way out is abstinence, but I don't know how many for the idea of abstinence. So it's you to choose what works for you, but I would prefer contraceptive plus condom. That's the best. So Elysian family, that was the video of the day. Do comment, like, subscribe, and share, and let's grow the Elysian family to heights and winds that we cannot profoundly say. Till next time, bye-bye.